Hello everyone and welcome. My name is Jeff and today we're going to have some fun playing Magic, and we are playing some Amonkhet remastered awesome stuff in Historic right now, and there's just so many decks to build with this that I was having a hard time deciding what I wanted to really build. What we ended up deciding on is Scarab God and God Pharaoh's Gift deck, and there's a bunch of different ways to go about it. We were initially going to try to make this an Esper Zombies deck that just happened to run Gate to Afterlife and God Pharaoh's Gift. Ended up being just a Dimir good zombies type of deck that plays pretty well. The only real thing that ended up being zombie tribal stuff was with Crypt Breaker, but that's kind of good enough. That and Liliana here being able to give a bit more interaction, mill more cards to help us get God Pharaoh Gift going. So there's a lot of new cards. Let's go ahead and jump into some of those ones real quick so you guys know what it is we're playing for those that haven't played this. But first off, why I'm so excited for Amonkhet Remastered, everything that is, Amonkhet was the first set that I played, and I love it so much. It is one of my favorite sets of all time. And so I'm just really excited that it's coming back into Arena. I'm really excited for Kaladesh to come too so I can play my Pummeler deck. So I hope that comes before too long. But as it is right now, there's just a lot of really new fun stuff to play, and we're gonna play. That's what we do. All right, so starting off here first, Gate to the Afterlife. Actually, you know what? Let's go for God Pharaoh's Gift first. So at the beginning of combat on your turn, you may exile a creature card from your graveyard. If you do, create a token that's a copy of that card, except it's a 4/4 black zombie. It gains haste until end of turn. So this is just a powerful card where at the beginning of every upkeep, you get to create a 4/4 with haste that smashes face. And if we get it onto creatures like our Tombbound Lich, which is it might be in the graveyard, it has Death Touch and Lifelink as well. So it's a 4/4 with Death Touch, Lifelink. I was debating going into like green as well. There's a bunch of different ways to go with God Pharaoh's Gift. You can go into green and play like Polukranos, which will, when it enters the battlefield, get 6 counters and be a 4/4 and also be a 10/10 with haste that doesn't have any other text besides being able to fight stuff, but it's amazing. You know, there's just a lot of cool things you can do with God Pharaoh's Gift. So we're going to be playing around with this every once in a while, and the nice thing about it is that only, like, to be able to play it in a deck, you don't need a ton of copies of it. We could probably use a few more in this deck. I was going to go initially more towards like the zombie tribal type of feel, but I want to see just how well it works with just 3 copies of Gate to the Afterlife, which is a tutor for God Pharaoh's Gift, and then God Pharaoh's Gift basically, and Scarab God, a few other things. But yeah, so Gate to the Afterlife says whenever a non-token creature you control dies, you gain 1 life. Then you may draw a card. If you do, discard a card, and then you can pay to tap it, sacrifice Gate to Afterlife, search your library, hand and or library for so you can take it out of your hand, the library or the graveyard, for a card named God Pharaoh's Gift and put it onto the battlefield. If you search your library this way, shuffle it, you can only activate this though if there's 6 or more creatures in your graveyard. So basically what we're trying to do is find a Gate to the Afterlife, mill our graveyard like crazy with Stitcher Suppliers, Mire Tritons, Liliana Steward, which actually comes in, you can play it on turn 1 if we don't have a Stitcher Supplier, and it sacrifices, fills the graveyard a bit more for us. We get to discard something from the opponent's hand, so it's actually not bad, you know, as far as just being able to have some interaction there for us. So we have some ways to fill our graveyard. Tombbound Lich also helping a bit there. Champion of Wits coming in, not a zombie, but enters the battlefield. We draw 2 cards, or we draw equal to its power, and then we discard 2 cards. So if we internalize it, again, new mechanics from Amonkhet. When we internalize it, it just becomes a 4/4, the same as basically what God Pharaoh's Gift does, except we can just pay to do it from the graveyard. So for 7 mana, make it a 4/4. It comes back and it'll draw us 4 cards, and we discard 2. So just a really, really powerful card that's, you know, creates also a 4/4 there. And so we can't play this on turn 3. Discard 2 creatures, fill up a graveyard more for Gate to the Afterlife. Have some more awesome creature cards in there for that. The other way to play this deck as well with God Pharaoh's Gift is like to play things with a lot of keywords. So you can play things with like there's the Boros guy that has Vigilance, Trample, and Double Strike. That coming back as a 4/4 with haste, it is busted. So again, there's just so many ways to build this. The nice thing is that you only really need, you know, ways to find the 3 copies of Gate to the Afterlife, and, you know, the ability to maybe play a 7 mana God Pharaoh's Gift at some point as well. So you have 5 copies in here. That is enough to where you will see it here and there, and then you can kind of build another deck all around it if you want to. And so we're going to see how this deck does for us. We may make some changes as we go along. Oh yeah, Scarab God as well here for the synergy. increase everything we're trying to do. So at the beginning of your upkeep, each opponent loses X life and you scry X, where X is the number of zombies you control. The other reason to have a bunch of zombies. So this is sweet where you can't just be gaining life. We can literally just build a wall full of 4/4s that have some extra text on them and do cool things. And scry and win. Whenever this dies, you return it back to your hand at the beginning of the next end step. So even if it does die, you get to just recast it. And then if you have lots of mana, if you get to untap with 8 mana or so with this, pay 4 at instant speed, and you can exile target creature from a graveyard, so yours, theirs, whoever's, and create a copy that's except it's a 4/4 black zombie creature token. So anyway, there's just a lot of cool things that you can do with this. It's instant speed. The Scarab God is just a busted card. Sir Conrad in here because we're milling over lots of creatures. We're also exiling them from our graveyard, and so it just sounds like a fun little extra way to do it. We can also pay 2 to mill cards from our deck as well. And so it's just fun. We're playing lots of creatures, so might as well have a way to kind of kill them with that. And that's basically the deck. All right, let's go and jump into it. Here we go. Last thing here. We also added in Ibnu Revelet, which is a desert. We can pay 2, tap it, target player mills 4 cards. We can use this on ourselves to mill 4 cards to get to Gate the Afterlife if we really need to. It definitely is worthwhile, even if we go down on lands, to be able to hit the God Pharaoh's Gift on a turn, because we only need the 2 mana to sacrifice this. So like on turn 4, we could, or I think turn 5, we could use this and get to Afterlife if it's already out to help mill ourselves. So that's another land that comes in from this. And then also Fetid Pools, which is the new land cycle from Amonkhet as well, which enters tapped, they cycle. I just think they're better than the Scry lands. Scry lands are really nice, but if you're going to have something enter tapped, especially in Historic when you have the check lands, they might as well have the island and swamp type on it, and so that we can have a little bit better with Drowned Catacombs, and also having the cycling, which is just sometimes nice if you're drawing into too many or extras, you can just cycle it away and you're good. So I think that typically you go 2 of with 2 Fetid Pools, 4 of the Shocklands, 4 of this one if ever you're playing a 2-color land, and then try to fit in as many castles as makes sense. This time out, because of the Ibnu Revelets, we had a little bit fewer islands, so I wanted to make sure our check lands came in a little bit better, so that's why there's only 1 of. There we go. Let's jump into it now. Up against Missa, and on the play, this isn't as bad, so we're going to go ahead and keep it. Drowned Catacombs tapped while we can. I actually was thinking that was my Flooded Strand or whatever it's called. It's not. All right, play Swamp, pass the turn. Gilded Goosey. So yeah, with these ones, it's tap to add colorless or pay 1 to add normal, an actual blue color. So they can end up being pretty painful for you at times, but overall, awesome cards. Deserts are one of those where they're surprisingly useful here and there. So let's play, I guess, here. 2-Mound Lich as a good just death touching blocker. We're totally fine if stuff goes away. Discard a God Pharaoh's Gift. Now they know what's going on, but we're fine with this being in the graveyard because we can get it back with the gates, and we have another one here. Having multiples is a thing. This is not legendary. They do stack, and so as long as you have 2 creatures to hit, you can bring out 8 power worth of creatures on 1 turn. Not too bad. This is looking very, very good. Lanor, all right. Oh man, yeah, this could be very bad for us. All right, Castle Locthwain, Stitcher Supplier, Crypt Breaker. I'm debating if I want to hold up. Oh, that's a lot of not creatures. Yay. So if I play out Crypt Breaker, we can tap these 3 and draw a card and lose a life. So I am going to do that. Pass the turn. Azusa. A lot of 1-powered things with Pelt Collectors. It's actually not very good. Ghost Quarters. All right. Sacrificing lots of lands. We're just gonna Murderous Rider this before too long anyway. Okay, it doesn't tap in. All right, so tap 3 zombies. Draw a card. There's a Scarab God. I mean, if they're not doing anything big just yet, so if we kill this, they grow the Pelt Collectors, right? So we don't necessarily want to do that just yet. So play the Scarab God. We can start taking things from their graveyard too if they swing in. So pass the turn. We get to deal 4 to their face on the next one. Scry 4. Do big things. We could actually create a token in response as well. So let's all go ahead and put a stopper there. This is a very different side of the deck than I was initially planning on playing, but we have 0 creatures in the graveyard, so getting this out doesn't seem to like it'll do much, but we're going to play it just straight out before long too. We can even dig for a land with this if we want to. Sacks another land. I mean, they're getting lots of lands out of the deck. They should be tapping them and then sacking them. Because you technically get ramp out of Knight of the Reliquary. Like it's a really busted card. All right, so tap 3, 1, 2, 3. Draw a card, lose a life. And then a Steward. Let's go ahead and we'll just go ahead and activate this now. Oh, discard a card and then do it. I guess Liliana Steward isn't that worthwhile here for us. We get to activate Scarab God's ability as well, so we can bring it back anyway. Let's see, we do want to land. So let's actually do this. So let's go land and then the 2 creatures. If they do kill Stitcher Supply or anything like that, that's fine as well. Now we draw. Oh, I guess we wanted to land on the next turn, huh? Either way. All right, go to main phase. Play Ipnu Rivulet. And pass the turn. All right, yeah, so we definitely have that game locked down. So with Scarab God, we can start pulling things out of the deck as well, just for 4 mana, bring them back. So we didn't even need to get to God Pharaoh's Gift. We were already winning just by kind of holding back. I don't feel like every game is going to go as smoothly as that, but this definitely has the basic creature games kind of locked down, it seems like. Not too shabby. Next one. All right, we are going to keep this. Stitcher Supplier, Liliana Steward, get some creatures into the graveyard. Unfortunately, God Pharaoh's Gift is in hand, but we can discard it with other stuff. And I mean, it's also not the worst thing to have on hand either. Mire Triton is perfect against this too. Got some creatures there, sweet. As long as we can find a gate to the afterlife, we do need to start be able to like swing in maybe 2-mana Lich a few times to actually try digging for it. Shocks our face. Oh, burn. Burn, burn, burn. All right. Well, we are blocking. Mill 3 more. That was a gate to the afterlife. Yay. Mire Triton, mill some more cards over. How many creatures? 1, 2, 3, 4. I feel like playing Undergrowth as well makes sense for this. All right, so we cannot block because of Earthshaker Kenra. Takes 4. Mono red with Amonkhet is so scary. It really is. All right, not hitting land also bad. Pass the turn. Yeah, ramming up Ruins comes in here. Earthshaker Kenra. What else did they get? Oh, Hazaret. At least I think Hazaret is in here now. I guess discard is still pretty nice. We can only do it at sorcery speed, right? So yeah, we'll block, keep ourselves alive a little bit more. Shock ourselves. So we can play out the Overseer, which just creates 2 blockers for us. 2-mana Lich, which creates some lifelink possibilities. Yeah, let's do that. There is a chance that we may want to bring in like Wizard's Tomes or something like that as well. Overseer. Champion of Wits is actually pretty nice. But let's just dig pretty deep here, in fact. So let's go ahead and start digging. All right, discarding Overseer and God Pharaoh's Gift. Play Crypt Breaker. This is not a zombie, so we can't quite use it just yet. Pass the turn. And we're somewhat stabilizing. Oh, and Sunscorched Desert. I forgot about that. Just enters the battlefield and deals 1 damage. Not good at all. Clearly. Is this Ember Cleave as well? Sure, block everything. Yeah. Puts it on the camera. Down to 5. Oh, if we had gotten to the Scarab God, we had a shot there. I don't think that we do now. All right, good game. Oh, I was discarding. That was a misplay. Oh well. Alrighty. On to the next one. Here we go. Up against Melee Monkey. Bring it on. Soulscar Mage is so busted. I'm not sure which ones have actually made it in and what things haven't. So Soulscar Mage, whew, yeah, that's gonna be bad. Prowess in general. There's gonna be a sweet Is It deck as well. And that's what I actually like about this. There's a lot of different interesting decks. I like that. I'm down for that. Get our lands, yay. Okay, Steward, Crypt Breaker. We just draw a card. I don't care about swinging in for damage just yet. Spectral Sailor, cool. Pass the turn. An Eagle. Oh no. This actually might be very bad. All right, let's draw a card. Liliana. All right, that's something to be shooting for. Tombbound Lich. Discarding God Pharaoh's Gift. Let's go ahead and just make him discard. Oh gosh, Collected Company is gonna be so annoying. Pass the turn. 2 creatures in the graveyard. Yeah, Coco is another card that is gonna be so annoying to deal with. Rally of Wings. Not yet. Down to 11. Down to 10. This is getting a little bit scary. We do start getting to mill ourselves a bit more with Liliana. We'll probably will just kill it's a number of creatures and zombies you control. Let's see if they have the Lofty Denial. But we're gonna try to kill the Empyrean Eagle. Alright, sweet.
What is more precious than life?
Dive down, Rattle Chains. Ah, gosh dang it. Nice, yeah, gives it hexproof. Lots of damage. Now we just are trying to gain life here. We still get to draw a card. Draw a card, discard the Shockland. Bant Flyers, yeah, that's a thing apparently now. Bant doesn't seem like it should work at all with it, but Collected Company with all this stuff, whew, if they have one in hand, that'll be terrifying. Swings for 5 at face, 2 here. Yeah, Alright, Ipnu Rivulet, how many creatures do we have here? 0. Darn it, yeah, I think we're done for. Up to 7. This gives us... Oh no, they have exactly 7 still. Alright, whatever. We're done. They have lethal. Probably have the collected company in hand too, because that's how our opponents roll sometimes. Up against brass. Keep it. We don't have the God Pharaoh's Gift stuff going on for us just yet. Got rid of a gate. That's the one card that we don't want to be milling. Okay, Crypt Breaker. Swing in. Island, pass the turn. We may want to bring in some flyers. I'm thinking like the Gorging Vulture might be nice. Oh, Emery. Why don't we have Emery in this deck? I think that we've definitely got to go snag that Emery. All right, pass the turn. I'm just going to be drawing cards. We're trying to dig for the Gate to the Afterlife. What's up, Joez? Welcome. How you doing? We've only been able to get one Gate to the Afterlife. Actually, have we even drawn a Gate to the Afterlife yet? I think we've seen him in the graveyard a number of times, but with all the games we played so far, we have not had Gate to the Afterlife yet. So I think we definitely need to go for some other stuff here. Oh, bummer. All right. Yeah, Emery seems like it'll be really powerful in this deck. Those all got exiled, so we didn't even get them into the graveyard. Of course they're playing that here.
If you wish to surrender now, I understand. Meditate and prepare.
Use your Pact of Negation.
Still have much to learn.
Alright, how many creatures in the graveyard? 1, 2, 3. Alright, so Sir Conrad. This will be 4. They take one more out of it. Discard. The nice thing about Gate to the Afterlife too is if stuff dies, so it could have been nice maybe to play that out as well, because we could have drawn a card and then discard a card. To maybe get more creatures into the graveyard, but Sir Conrad is an alternate win condition for us with all the mill that we have, everything else going on. If it does die, we can still bring it back, potentially. And now we have one more card in the graveyard, so. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Alright, let's go ahead and bring this out for 6. Kind of hoping it dies here. There is also Aven Mind Sensor that's a thing now. They can cycle it to counter abilities. Oh no.
True goodness can never be corrupted.
Sorcerer's Spyglass kills us so bad. So Grafdigger's Cage actually doesn't work against this because we actually create a token of the card. So yeah, getting rid of Sorcerer's Spyglass is way more important. So hit the Karn. Odd. Exiles him, does not kill them. Yes.
Awaken.
And Dimir Control is legit right now. Alright, Gate to the Afterlife. I could play both of them here. I could also just go for the Ipnu Rivulet. Yep, on that historic grind. Not really grinding right now. We're just having fun playing Magic.
We should discuss our differences.
Yeah, we're gonna go for the mill ourselves because even if they do find a way to deal with the Gate to the Afterlife, we can play the other one. Hopefully, don't have another Karn. Champion of Wits will be so bad against this.
Keep an open mind.
Oh, they hit the other Karn. Alright, they don't have enough mana to grab the Sorcerer's Spyglass just yet, at least. Could I have done this earlier and I didn't do it? Alright, we did get our extra ones. Play Swamp. Oh, I can't activate abilities because of Karn. Gosh dang it. For the love. Oh, please, please kill this. That would be amazing for us here. Because we still get the triggered ability. Do we not get the, oh, non-token creature. I forgot that Karn shuts down the gate to the afterlife in general anyway. Grafdigger's Cage does not shut down though, so it's creature cards in graveyards and libraries can't enter the battlefield. But God-Pharaoh's Gift says that you just create a copy of a token, or yeah, a copy of that card and you exile it. So it doesn't actually, it dodges around Grafdigger's Cage. All right, keeping this hand, we actually have a Gate to Afterlife in our opening hand. And we have Mill, and we have all of our dreams coming true. Not tapped, paid for. Crypt Breaker. Pass the turn. Emisizzle Tome. Swing in. Solemnity with Emisizzle Tome is a pretty sweet deal. I'm kind of thinking that might be what we have here going on. Okay, one creature, gain some life. Oath of Kaya. Crypt Breaker. Sweet. As long as it goes to the graveyard, we are totally happy about that. Ooh, and Champion of Wits. Yes. Alright, we want like a cheap, not very good creatures to hit here. Gate and Triton. We'll drop a Murder Strider. Down to 20, pass the turn. So 3. Doom Foretold. That is not good for us. It means that we can get something back with God-Pharaoh's Gift, but as soon as we have something back, we lose it. So, yay. Here, let's go Gate to Afterlife now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hopefully 6. Create the God-Pharaoh's Gift. We have a token. We have something to play. So they would typically take the Murder Strider here, but the better card right now is the Mire Triton. Oh, they can exile stuff in a graveyard. I forgot about that. No. Treacherous Blessing. Yeah, this might be the 9 lives deck. All right, so sack here. Yes, take action. I guess we're discarding a... Actually, let's see here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then we'd only have to hit 1 creature here. It's really awkward, but we're going to go ahead and go for it. All in on this. Gate to the Afterlife. We hit it. All right, sweet. Activate the ability. Search your library. It does say or, huh? So you have to choose which one. You could definitely mess that up. I could definitely mess it up. So beginning of combat is when this triggers. All right, so it is a token, so it doesn't die to Doom Foretold. Yeah, Tombbound Lich. Discard a... I guess Swamp is fine. Swing in. Having the card draw for next turn might be pretty nice. Having more things to play, though, is also very nice for us. Sacks the Treacherous Blessing, that's fine. Down to 9. They are pretty low. We're up to 27. I mean, if they get rid of this, though, we're in a lot of trouble. Each player sacrifices a creature. All right, Citrus Supplier. Oh no, if they have removal, I should have sacrificed here, huh? Bummer. All right, so now we lose the God Pharaoh's Gift. Down to 5. I guess Fetid Pools. Another Gate to the Afterlife. I mean, that's a way to actually make sure that we get in some damage, right? Treacherous Blessing. Such a good card. It's like a sweet... Yeah, I mean, this is the first time it's really been going off. It's the first time that we've actually drawn Gate to the Afterlife, though. Like, we have so much card draw in our deck, and we don't find it most of the time. We've also... Actually, we have had it in hand a few times and just not played it, which is bad. All right, so unfortunately for them, yeah, this just fires off. We get to still keep this. We did lose the Gate to Afterlife. I forgot about that. I should have drawn a card. I should have played... Oh, whatever. Alright, takes it. If we play Champion of Wits here, we just draw the 2 cards and then immediately discard those 2 cards. They no longer have the Doom Foretold. So I think instead I'd rather find like lands or something here instead. That's a History of Benalia. Timeric Calls the Dead. Okay, play Scarab God. No attacks. They've been milling themselves like crazy. I feel like they should definitely be through more than 32. You know, they should be down pretty far here. Another History of Benalia, because of course, why not? Why wouldn't you have something like that? Land, we can play both of these. Yeah, we keep it on top. Down to 6. They don't have life gain. They have life gain from this. So, Champion of Wits first. Giving Menace to... It's only to the tokens, but these are tokens. Maybe I should have just grabbed something else here. We can bring this back later. Oh wait, sorry. Wait, that's right. I was thinking I could keep 2 things. All right, Gleaming Overseer. No attacks. They're taking 4 next turn. They do get a pretty good scry here. Keeps both on top. Yay. So yeah, Champion of Wits is the obvious block. I guess we go Scarab God as well. We don't care as much about our life total, but it could come into play. If it dies, it comes back to hand, so... Meh. Oath of Kaya, alright. Gain some life, slows us down a bit. That's cool. Use up an entire History of Benalia turn, though. One card in hand. What's the odds that they have another? Yeah, so we block again. Down to 19. Treacherous Blessing. Okay. Doom Foretold. We could just keep bringing this back every turn, but not this one. Oh wait, I needed a land for the God Pharaoh's gift. No, okay, there it is. We found the land. We're fine. Guys, it's all good. Champion of Wits could be nice here just to draw some cards. Let's go for more life gain could be nice. Crypt Breaker could be good as a way to just kind of keep the game going here. This draws us some cards as well. Actually, we have to discard each of the cards we draw here with it. Block, 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 block. I think kill Scarab God, we lose the God Pharaoh's gift as well. Yeah, I misplayed there. I should have grabbed the Champion of Wits. We gain 8 life, so this game down a little bit more. Yeah, Dimir Scarab Gift is what this deck is. Ephemia. Man, this deck is just not running out of gas. Down to 25 cards left. I mean, they've played a lot of good things beforehand, so you'd hope. Elspeth Conqueror's Death is something that this deck should have. And we're luckily kind of avoiding so far. Alright, so first, use this ability. It's not letting us do it on their side of the board. Alright, giving stuff Menace I think is good. So, Gleaming Overseer. Liliana's good. Yeah, opponent scoops it up. All right, sweet. Because of the Menace there, we technically didn't quite have him. We needed a little bit more, but there's a few other things that we maybe could have played there. Anyway, all right, up against Goodick, a lot of 3-drops. These are good 3-drops to kind of block with, so I'm going to go ahead and try this one out. Good ways to dig for answers as well with Champion of Wits. Like all of our card draws in hand, we can keep that. That's more card draw. Sweet. Okay, Gutter Bones, Hunted Witness, Aristocrats are coming. Good draw. Solemnity Broodmoth, just in general, seems dangerous. Alright, so we take one. Digging for the Gate to Afterlife. I'm going to go for Toonbound Lich as a better blocker here. Gains us some life. We get to draw cards multiple times. Discarding and Champion of Wits. These are also fine to go to the graveyard here and there. So we have 3 cards. Digging for Gate to the Afterlife. Mute the dog. Can you mute them by doing that? Okay, Champion of Wits. Alright, let's drop 1 Champion of Wits and 1 Crypt Breaker. We can play the other one and start drawing cards with it. So much card draw. Yeah, no attacks past the turn. I would normally swing in there, but we're kind of fine. They're going to start doing lots of damage to our face soon, so we need to find ways to be gaining more life. So bringing these guys back would be nice, which means finding a way to actually kill them would be nice. Let's see, this one is better. How many cards in the graveyard? 100 creatures. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, let's get 6 in there. Feels like a board wipe anyway. Maybe not, because they create tokens. Yeah, that's a lot of triggers. Down to 14. But we gained a life. Yay! Blood Artist is so good. Garrison Cat. I forgot to draw with Crypt Breaker before damage was dealt. Watch, after all the draws we had, we're gonna hit 3 Gate to the Afterlives. Alright, just 1. Watergrave tap. Pass, or attack here. Blocks with Garrison Cat. Oh, this isn't a thing. I missed the draw again. That's why I missed it before too, though. We didn't actually have 3 zombies. Kill the lifelinker, not the Garrison Cat. We would love for that to die. Thank you. Down to 11. Is this when anything dies? Oh, right. Ah, man, this is actually getting pretty scary. I guess no blocks. Take 4. Down to 7. Man, still can't find anything. But we can try to get to the Champion of Wits, I guess. I don't think that we actually have a way out of this. If we had like Cry of the Canarium, that would be nice. Some way to actually get rid of these guys. We do have Murder Shriders, I guess, but those are going to hurt us so much. Alright, so block 1. Down to 6, up to 7, down to 5. I just want to see if we can actually pull off any of, you know, what we're trying to do at this. I keep forgetting to tap this down. Really? Alright. Gain some life. We're dead though. If they swing all in, now we have to block something, and the 2 things that we have left up will die. I guess we don't have to block the next turn, but we're done for. So, that's cool. up against Tatvis. We have Gate in our opening hand. Life is great. We keep Triton for a little bit of mill. Got the Sir Conrad, which is, I love it so much. Castle Adventures, pass the turn. And Mire Triton. Mill some creatures. 2 creatures. 1 creature. Not necessarily the creature we wanted milled, but we can also bring that back, so that's fine. Brazen Borrower. We would love another trigger with that. That's cool. Now we go Tombbound Lich. Ionize. Cool. Down to 20. Gain 2. Mill 2. Not creatures. We also want to make sure we hit a land. Flame Sweep. Get 2 more creatures into the graveyard for me. Alright, there's 4. Frantic Inventory. Opponent just scoops it up. Alrighty then. Alright, sounds good. I mean, we'll take a win when we can get it. Honestly, with Historic, it's one of those where, like, Historic is a place where I think I'm wanting to play more best of 3 than best of 1 at some point. I don't know. Right now, it is still fun. I like it. It's good. But I feel like you can definitely improve upon it a little bit by playing like best of 3, because best of 1 is just one of those, like, do you go off or do I go off? I go off, sweet. You go off, all right, next game. You know, that's just kind of how it goes. I don't know. Anyway, so overall with this deck, I think it's really fun. I think it's powerful. I think that there's definitely other versions of it that we're going to be playing around. You know, this is going to be around for a while, and you're going to see it here and there. God Pharaoh's Gift is just a really powerful card. The fact that Gate to Afterlife lets you tutor for it, which is so powerful, and you can have multiples, is really nice. I do think that maybe going like Golgari or even a Sultai version of this might be better. Being able to have like Uro as well. Honestly, yeah, a lot of those things sound pretty nice. So there's a lot of cool, fun things you can definitely do with this deck, and overall, I like it. I think it's fun. We're gonna try a Sultai version next. Yeah.
Thank you.